All right, my Mike, boys. My Mike is a man that you guys are both very familiar with in your playing days in the NFL. This is a man who, as a head coach and a defensive coordinator, has coordinated 11 top 10 National Football League defenses. And he is here to help push the Cowboys to the next level. Mike Zimmer, officially the new defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. Your former head coach with the Vikings.
Go ahead, Jay. You take this one.
No, Alex, he's your best friend. Go ahead.
I'm so good on this.
What's the last time you guys spoke? It ended
I don't
really
even
well,
have a
right?
comment.
It ended really well. Last time you guys had a nice face-to-face conversation.
To be fair, the last time we saw each other, we just walked by each other like we had never known each other, and I actually really fucking appreciated that.
Where, like,
you don't
at
have
a
to talk to
grocery
me.
store?
Was it in a
Or in
Kowalski's?
the
Please
No,
tell
we
me
were
it was
at
in
the
a
Combine.
Kowalski's.
We were at the Combine. It was hilarious. I was with all the boys, and they were like, "Who is that?" I go, "Don't know. Never met him before in my
Did he
fucking
see
life."
you? I mean,
Yeah,
you've lost.
we
you've
made
lost
direct
some
eye
weight.
contact. Zero love lost, zero fucks given. Gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
Good luck.
Put that aside. What do you think of him as a defensive coordinator?
Oh, he's
for the
phenomenal.
Cowboys. There you
He's
go.
He's a great defensive coordinator. There's no question
Cowboys
about
fans
it.
are like, oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody said you have to like the guy. I mean, some defensive coordinators are assholes. I don't know what to tell you. It's just in their fucking blood. I don't know. We don't get along. I have no love lost. He's a great DC. Over switch two. I know the exact call he's going to make.
Switch to
I'm not an idiot, right?
check palms.
Here we go. Check it, dude. Let's go. Micah Parsons, congratulations. You're going to be the number one pass rusher, apparently, because in your mind, you are like totally shitting all over TJ Watt. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, that was incredible.
What do you mean, who's this guy? I just saw him get like 6 sacks in a game. It's okay.
I mean, yeah, Zimmer is who he is as a guy. Though I mean, he is, and he's unapologetically who he is, which I can respect. Right? You are who you are, which is you're grumpy, you're an old man, get off my lawn on your soapbox type of thing. Totally cool with that because you own it. But as far as a scheme, schematically X's and O's piece, he's an elite defensive coordinator. Like the third downs that he would put in when I was running scout team with the Vikes, trying to get things picked up and trying to understand, hey, are we pushing through to get 4 strong? Are they bringing 4 weak? Like, how are they doing this? The double A-gap mugs and the disguising on the back end and the free safeties roaming around. He's got all the fun tools to play with in Dallas because the talent level of Diggs and Bland, DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons, and he has everything that was the Vikings in 17 through 19, call it. And everything's there laid out for him on top of the fact he's not stupid and he understands, like, if things don't go so well initially here for my guy Mike, who I love, my guy Mike McCarthy here.
Do you think there's a component of that? That's interesting.
I do think there's a piece where he goes, man, if this thing comes off the rails early in the year, they may call for his head, and who better to slide in and take over the head ball coach role than good old Mike Zimmer, right? I think that played a certain factor into this decision. But
That's
I do
super
think he's going to do a great job down there. I think he's going to be phenomenal for that.
He's got some talented pieces, that's for sure.
I mean, isn't part of the reason? I mean, just for Cowboys fans, for context, the last few years of, I mean, he was cantankerous for 8 years as a head coach with the Vikings. And famously, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago on Hard Knocks, you can find him. He became kind of famous because he was just dropping F-bombs left and right on Hard Knocks on HBO. But he was more of a defensive coordinator head coach with the Vikings for 8 years, right? And he rubbed some people the wrong way toward the end. I mean, like the Vikings team leaders, like Brian O'Neill came out after Zimmer got fired and said, we really just kind of want someone that's going to say hi to us in the hallway once in a while, like it just. But if you're a defensive coordinator, you don't have to worry about culture building as much. And,
They don't care.
Right?
Yeah,
just go scheme a
They're
defense.
building killers. They want dogs. They're out there. They're literally firing their guys up all day. They think opposite of us. We're creative and fun. They're rude and shrewd. Like, they're just not even kidding you. Like, they're straight to the point. You're literally like, hey, what's up? They're like, go fuck yourself. You're like, kind of day it's going to be? Cool. Third down blitz. Can't wait to smoke one of your boys. Yeah, good luck. Good fucking luck. I'm bringing 2 of them. You're like, okay. Yeah. Tough guy.
So, but I mean, they're just it feels like the Cowboys have a roster. It feels like It
They've
feels
had
they're
a roster,
they're
dude.
Right there.
That's why everybody's pissed. Everyone's
Yeah.
literally like, what the hell is going on? We have a really good roster. And no offense, but for the longest, they had one of the best O-lines. Like, they were doing it year after year after year, and they just wasted all those 5 guys for years and years and years. And that's fucking hard. It is so hard to have the best O-line for years and years. That's why everybody's like, get rid of Mike. Because they're pissed. And Dak's getting older, and that offensive line isn't what it is. And eventually you're going to run out of defensive pieces.
Yeah. Because everything you talked about with Shanahan, right, about like the tired of it, like that's a different conversation in Dallas. Right? The Shanahan, oh, you made it to the Super Bowl. Yes, they were prepared. You lost to Mahomes. Like, that's a totally different conversation. Like, you can't get out of the first round.
Yeah.
Like, you can't beat the 9-8 Green Bay Packers who came in here, and you guys are so good at home and light the world on fire, and you get your noses rubbed in it. That's a totally different conversation from Jerry Jones in the world of that might not even matter. Like, you might go to McCarthy and be like, you are on thin ice. Like, thin. Like, this thing goes off the rails early, because that's another one where the teams probably look around like, what the hell are we doing? Why are we running this back again? Right? Why are we running this back? Versus San Francisco, they're like, no, run it back. We're good. That's one where I could see the team internally in Dallas being like, why are we running this back with this dude again? Like, obviously it's not working. That's where I think Zimmer saw a void. He's like, I have familiarity with Jones, all this, that if this thing goes off the rails early and they fire McCarthy, I would be the one to step in and try and lobby myself back into the head coaching realm in the NFL.
That's some calculating shit, dude. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, because
But you know Zim. You know Zim. Tell me that's not a Zim move. Tell me that's not a Zim move.
No, it is.
Dude.
But listen, your defense better be playing very well. Like, they better be lighting it up.
They have too many talented guys now.
I know. I'm just saying, if you're going to take over at the interim, you better be fucking killing
You
it.
think if Carolina called him and was like, you want to come coach this defense? He would have been like,
No.
Go fuck yourself.
No, not
like,
a chance.
no chance.
Yeah, I mean, it is
It's gonna be exciting.
The calculated nature of he's been out getting paid by the Vikings for like the last 2 years.
Oh, he's been living on his ranch in Kentucky, healing that eye up. He's
40,000 acres in Kentucky.
Yeah, that eye's healed up. He's not going to lose it anymore.
Hey, the other finalist, I guess you would say, for this job was Rex Ryan, who's been out of the game for probably 7 or 8 years. Did you see that?
That was not.
Rex
No,
Ryan.
that
There's
had
no
to be fake
way.
news. That was fake fucking news.
I thought it was
dude.
I thought it was a parody account when I read that he interviewed. I was like, no
And
way,
he
this
was-
dude's
dude,
on
he
like
was-
Good Morning Football right now.
He does the Sunday ESPN pregame show for
Yeah,
years, but he
yeah.
also does the Monday Get Up with Mike Greenberg and those guys.
Yeah.
And he was off the show the Monday after the Super Bowl because this job was still up in the air. So
You know what?
He was a finalist, man.
In a minute, Peter Schrager's going to get an interview. Peter, come interview. Come interview to be the head coach.
You think being out of the game for
I do.
6 or 7 years?
200%. Because you're going to come into a team with a guy like me, and I'm going to laugh at you. I'm going to be like, weren't you on fucking TV for the last 10 years? The fuck you know. I am not nice when you walk into my room. I'm telling you right now, you better be confident.
Okay, but he does have a ton of credibility between like 2000 and 2016, and that
8
doesn't
years
matter.
ago?
That doesn't matter in today's NFL for you guys.
Not really, dude. That's the thing. You have to be relevant. You have to show that you've just done it somewhere. Right? You pull this guy out of a fucking studio.
He's just still scarred from Jeff Saturday. Don't worry.
I totally forgot
He
about
just
that.
still has
here we
deep,
go. Round 2. Ding,
trauma, right? He's got trauma built up in his heart from
You gotta
Jeff
earn my
Saturday.
respect, dude.
So
You
you
don't
hear his little brain in there hears like TV commentator, coach, and just goes to a real dark place. So you have to forgive him, people. You have to forgive his
You
simple
don't.
little
I'm
brain.
sorry. I like the guys that sit in the dark rooms with me and throw shit at me. I'd rather have a guy like that be my head coach than the guy that's like,
I
Pull the
actually think-
telestrator up. Oh, okay, listen, let's show them cover two.
that's not how the coaches talk in the rooms. Just letting everybody know, okay?
Dude,
I'm not
I think
down.
Booney and Rex
I don't
Ryan
care.
would get along very well.
I agree.
Yeah, you guys both love feet.
I am
especially.
back to the Zimmer thing before real quick. I'll be curious how that first interaction with old Diggs goes, because the Diggs Zimmer relationship was not great, right? That's no secret.
So yeah, Stefan Diggs.
Stefan Diggs
but Trayvon was probably a
But
sounding
still,
board for
They're close.
It'll be interesting. I think that'll be an interesting dynamic to get over. Because Trayvon's going to call Stefan, and who knows what Stefan's going to say. But I think that'll be something to look at. That'll be an interesting to how those two coexist in that one too. Because if I'm Diggs, though, I'm looking at what he did with Trey Waynes. I'm looking at what he did with Xavier Rhodes. Like, I'm looking at what he did with Terrence Newman and all those dudes and going, okay, this dude can get a lot out of me if I trust him. And I need to trust him. And I need to get over the hump of, like, you and my brother, not great friends. Like, there was no love lost there at the end between Zimmer and Diggs.
I want to know what Stefan's going to say too. I'm so curious. Like, Trayvon's going to come like, what do you think? The next words out of his mouth, I want to know what they are. I just want to. I might even call him and be like, what'd you tell him? What'd you tell him? Tell him.